afternoon. Welcome to Connections, and I'm your host, Pastor Kevin McGee of the Vic Tyson. You're listening to us on IntellectualRadio.com. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio. Connections is a show that's connected and network to those in the Christian community who are making impacts. So get ready because your connection is established. And if you wish to become a Connections advertiser, please reach out to me at bishop1915@gmail.com or inbox me on Facebook. Nature Sunshine, have you met your weight loss goals for 2019? Well, 2019 is almost gone and 2020 will be upon us. Would you like any pressure, diabetes, asthma, fibromyalgia, cancer, arthritis, or any other condition in your body? Do you have poor circulation, frequent colds, flu, or chronic fatigue? Or perhaps you just want to maintain a healthy body? Give Nature Sunshine a try, 8302-5655. And if you want to be healthy on the outside with a fantastic skincare system, you can also contact them for a free facial, and they will address your needs. The Backrap movement affirms safety, comfort, dignity, awareness, and empowerment for Chicagoland street homeless. For any internal needs for schools, community services mandated from the court, or you want to volunteer assisting the street homeless, please call John Netherly at 7. All of my listeners, we are making wonderful for the grandparents throughout the city. Our adoptive grandparent program makes sure that residents in assisted living facilities have a gift at Christmas. We have chosen a facility on the west side of Chicago, and you can help to make our endeavor possible by purchasing a $15 gift, which will include an energizing foot and leg lotion, a pair of warm socks, and a $10 gift certificate. So if you like to sponsor a grandparent, you can simply inbox me on Facebook, or listen, if you want to call in, 708-223-8953. Let me know, Pastor, we want to adopt a grandparent, and you can do that as well. But you can also inbox me on Facebook. A small donation of $15 will make a grandparent feel special. We have a lot of grandparents out there who don't have anyone that will come and visit them during the holidays. And so we want to be a blessing to the grandparents in the community. And today we have on our show, she is a repeat guest, and she's one of my favorites. Let me tell you why. Her name is Taya Michelle Coleman, a.k.a. the Sugar Baker. The Sugar Baker. Let me tell you something. She bakes with some sugar, y'all. And we have these wonderful people that are with her, and I'm going to allow her to introduce them that they came with her. But let me tell you something. This woman can throw down with some baking goods. Now, I'm going to show you guys something, what she did, what she brought to the studio for little old me, and I'm going to Earl. Let me tell you something. All right. Look at this. Listen, those of you that's watching on Facebook Live, feel free to call in. I see you watching Annette Harris. Annette has a show here on Wednesdays, Mind, Body, and Soul at 12 o'clock noon. Annette, you should be here today. You really should. You like to eat. You like sweets. You should be here today. God bless you, Pastor Robert McCarthy that's watching. Call in at 708-223-8953. But let me tell you something. She brought, you see this tin? Now everybody know what comes in these kind of tins here, right? Cookies, right? And see, I love some chocolate chip cookies. Look at it. Look at these. Look at these. Can y'all see that? Big, thick chocolate chip cookies. All right. Now, my wife going to tell me, you don't need all of that. But you know what? 'Tis the season to be jolly. Hallelujah. Glory to God. And then, oh, my God, this is heavy. All right. This is not a cookie tin. Oh, no. This is the next best thing. All right. This is a lemon pound cake, y'all. A lemon pound cake. This is going on with me, y'all. Listen, I'm trying to let you know, if you need some items baked for you for the holiday season or any time of the year, you need to contact her. We're going to make sure you have her contact information at the end of the show, but we're going to let you know just why she is the Sugar Baker. So thank you for coming back on the show. Introduce your lovely guest that you have with us.
Sure. So today I have a good close family friend, Quadria Pasha, is actually new to Illinois, and she is one of my favorite customers. And then, as always, I have my mentor, Mr. Bruce King, with me as well. My mom is here, but she's not she chose to sit on the outside today.
All right. But let me tell you something. I'm a witness of her baking as well, because the last time she was at the show, she brought some chocolate chip cookie bars
And some
and
lemon
some lemon
brownies. Yep.
brownies. Let me tell you something. They were good. They were awesome. Earl, Annette told me not to share with you. She says to save it and share with her. I told her yesterday she's not back in the studio to 2020, so they might not make it. God bless you, Lonnie Davis, who's watching. All right. So you were here about a year ago,
Hmm.
and you were just really blossoming, and you were just going forth. So tell us, uh, since you were here last, tell us how the journey has been as the see. Every time I say the sugar baker, I think of Wonder Woman. You have the Prince, and she changes into Wonder Woman, and she amazes the world. She shocks the world. So
Thank you.
tell us how Taya transformed into the sugar baker, and you're now shocking the world.
Okay, so I think the last time we talked, I was just about to attend a baking apprenticeship program. We've also done some catering with Dear Evanston as well, which is a book group in Evanston, hosted by Nina Gavin. I also had the liberty of hosting a senior pre-Thanksgiving dinner with Mr. King, where I provided the desserts as well. And we just been out in the community, just kind of networking, networking and um, supporting.
Awesome. And see, networking is the key, especially for our people when we go into business.
Hmm.
We don't always have the big bucks to advertise on television, on radio, the elaborate commercials. But what gets our name out there is the networking, the word of mouth, being in these different venues where people can see and taste your goods, because then you become a household name.
Yes.
And that's what we want you to be, a household name. Yes. Earl, can you swing this camera around a little bit because we can't see uh, the young lady here? All right. And so we want you to be a household name. I remember when I met you, it was with Pastor Carl Adair
Yes.
at his networking
Yes.
event.
Hmm.
And I was like, I ate a couple of items off your table. I was like, oh, she got to come on the show. I had already been seeing your name on the
Hmm.
internet,
Hmm.
on Facebook. And so when I saw the sugar, I said, I've seen her name on Facebook. And see, Facebook can be a wonderful thing.
Yes, it can.
You can advertise your business, and so your name preceded me meeting you. When I saw the sugar baker, I made sure your table was the first one I was going to. 'Cause I wanted to see how much sugar you had.
That's exactly what you said, though. You said, I seen you on Facebook. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you live. It's not a hype. You live up to what has been
Thank you.
said about you. So we
Thank
just
you.
thank God for you. Um, so now tell us about you. I met you last time. Her one of her mentors,
Hmm.
and tell me how has the journey been for you, because you're right here with her.
It's exhilarating. She not only lives up to the name, she exceeds it. And I vibrate with excitement about what's to come for her. She has astonished a number of people. People are talking about her products. She produced for an affair. I heard you say, adopt a senior. Well, we had this senior pre-Thanksgiving dinner for the seniors who didn't have family. That was our initial goal. And she came through like a champion with outstanding desserts. And people still talk about it.
Awesome. And we're living in this day and time where we don't have Big Mama cooking those sweet potato pies, those cakes anymore, those
Hmm.
7 Up cakes and all of that.
Hmm.
Everybody's cooking out of the box,
Yes.
or either they're just going to some bakery and they're just buying it. No
Right.
one bakes anymore. My wife, she bakes she makes a wonderful pound cake, and she makes a pineapple coconut cake, which I don't eat, but no, you don't find many people in this generation cooking,
Yeah.
and let alone baking. Millennials, they don't cook anymore.
No.
They don't bake. They go out and buy. They Uber.
Yeah.
They DoorDash. They Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Right. Right.
And Grubhub. So that's instead of their cooking, they pay for it. But when you have home cooking, when you have home baking, the baking that grandma used to do,
Hmm.
you can appreciate the culinary desserts that you receive from people who know how to cook.
Yes.
Now, I heard her say that you're one of her favorite customers. So tell me, what's your first experience with the sugar baker?
Well, my first experience is the lemon brownies. When she said, I said, I call her Sugar Baby, my Sugar Baby Baker. But that's what she is, my Sugar Baby Baker. And I taste the lemon brownie. I said, lemon brownies. But I taste that lemon brownie, and that lemon brownie just melt in your mouth. It's awesome. And I recommend everyone to call in and say, can I get some of them lemon brownies? Because they are delicious.
Now, I remember the lemon brownie at Pastor Carl's event.
Mhm.
People were going there grabbing those lemon brownies.
Mhm.
You know, say I'm not into brownies. I'm more into the cookies and
Mhm.
and the chocolate chips or chocolate cake and things of that nature. But you can leave. I can do without the brownie. But I'm tell you something. You said the lemon brownie melted in your mouth. The chocolate chip bars were melting in my mouth. I'm like, yes. And I took them home. Like, anybody wanted any of these? And I was kind of holding some back, hoping they wouldn't say they wanted some, but they wanted some. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this cake when I go home. Anybody want it? Woo-wee. So
yes,
we're talking about the lemon brownie, but
Mm.
what would you consider to be your greatest creation? What gets the most love? Now, because see, what might be the greatest to everybody else might not be what you feel is your greatest creation. So what is your favorite dish to create?
What is my favorite dish to create? Well, actually, I just started making this, and it's called the Charlie Break cake, and it's a triple chocolate cake with cream cheese filling and buttercream frosting.
A triple
Chocolate
cake.
Delicious.
No, ugly delicious.
But see, I'm
To
not
make you hurt
cream
somebody.
cheese type person.
You don't
Delicious.
get it as cream
Yes.
cheese. Sugar baker
Mm.
put her hand on it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Triple
Mm.
chocolate cake with cream cheese
Mhm.
and buttercream frosting.
Right.
And what is it called?
It's called the Charlie Break because my uncle,
Mhm.
my uncle Charles passed a couple years ago, and he liked chocolate cake, and so I started renaming some of my products, and so this is the Charlie Break cake.
All right. Can I get a Pastor Kevin cake? Pastor Kevin cookies. You can use my name. Go ahead and put my name out there. Call it the connection cookies. That's what you call it.
Yeah.
Connection cookie or the connection cake. That's
Delicious.
right. The connections cake.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And you
I
have to
remember you
eat it.
said that.
You have to
Put it
eat
out
it
there.
slow. You have to eat it slow in order to get the pure flavor. You take it
It's good.
and you just, yes, it's delicious.
And that's the key to enjoying food is taking your time to eat it.
Yes.
When you just wolf it down, you really don't. Your taste bud be like, what was that?
Right.
I didn't get none of that. You got to take time to, when I go to a restaurant and I like, if I order a steak, there are some steaks I can just eat, like, okay, it's all right. But then I might order a steak from a place. I'm like, whoa, I'm going to take some time on that steak. I'm going to take some time on that dessert that I order.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to take your time to appreciate, the culinary delight that you have in front of you. And that's really with anything.
Yeah.
You have to take your time to appreciate people. You just can't just rush people and just, sometimes, somebody might call you. Ever call somebody and they just rush to get you off the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And have you ever been the one to rush them off the
Vice
phone?
versa.
Yep.
Vice versa.
But I'm gonna make sure that I take time
Yeah, take time.
to enjoy these. All right, Earl, take time to enjoy the cookie. Okay, we want it to melt in the mouth. All right, so
Yes.
if someone wishes to get started as a baker, and you can even go back over because it was a year ago, you told us how you got started,
Mm-hmm.
so you can give us your backstory. But if somebody wanted to get started as a baker, what is the process that you would suggest? Because everybody's process is different. And then do you advise them to go to school, major in culinary arts or what have you, or should they just get some of grandma's recipe and feel their way through?
Okay. So I would, if that's something that you're considering and doing, I would shadow or partner with someone and kind of um, see what the day is like in the life of a baker, because we do have a tendency of thinking things are one way, but once we're in the mix of it, it's something totally different. So that would be something I would encourage to do. If you have a product that you make thus far, I started by donating a lot of my products to churches, bake sales, and when they had a prayer breakfast, I would donate my items. When my kids were in school age, I would do stuff for the bake sale. So I would, start there and just feel your way through it and be receptive of the feedback. The feedback is not always going to be positive. It's going to be harsh sometimes, but you take it and you apply it and you move forward. That's something that took me some time to learn, but I'm better today with it. As far as, going to school or just, learning from a book or on that, everything now is YouTube. Again, I would say it depends on what your goal is. If you have that desire to start a restaurant or bakery, I would suggest that, you might want to take some business classes or culinary classes, or find if there's a externship program possibly that you can sign up for. I did have the opportunity of doing that last year through the Flower Apron, which I knew some stuff. But after I finished that 12-week program, I knew more. And so those would be the two routes I would say.
And there's nothing wrong with enhancing what you know.
Mm-hmm.
We never finish learning.
Right.
We can always glean something from someone.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say you knew some stuff, but you learned a whole lot more
Mm-hmm.
going through the program.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I wish that, especially our people, realize that education doesn't stop with a degree,
Right.
with a diploma, but continual education is a part of everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a realtor, and so every 2 years you have continuing education because things change.
Mm-hmm.
And as things change, you got to be adept to the change. You got to know what's changing so you can adjust to the changes that are coming about.
Yes.
And so, I heard you say that when your kids were coming up, you would, bake items for the bake sale.
Mm-hmm.
I bet all your kids' friends like yours. Ooh, his mama gonna bake some cake. Okay, I bet you they love when you came on the scene.
They did. And then the birthdays, now you can't really take sweets to schools now because everything is pretty much from a health perspective.
Really?
Yeah. So like for my grandson, I can't bake cupcakes for his. So it's different, but I understand why, but it's different.
I thank God for growing up when I did. So you got to bring celery sticks and carrots and dip, stuff that they're not going to eat anyway. When they go home, they're going to get the Flaming Hots. They're going to get, because, but I understand, the healthy eating. And we don't disregard that at all. That's a great thing because in our school system, I remember growing up in the school system, I didn't eat the school lunch because, first of all, school lunch was terrible. When I was in high school, we had a canteen with all the junk food, and that's what I ate every day. The lunchroom cookies, potato chips, and the juice.
Yeah.
Because the school lunch really was not palatable. It was there, but to me, if I'm eating some food and I can't enjoy the food, that's a waste of my time.
Right.
But and shout out to Michelle Obama, who initiated the healthy eating program through the schools.
Yeah.
Whitney Young class alum in 1981, Michelle Obama, 85. Maybe she must have remembered what the Whitney Young lunches were like.
Yeah.
But we do have to promote healthy eating and healthy living. And so, yes, so I understand why. I just, for their birthday, they can't have one cupcake.
No, only if they come to the birthday party, but not in the school. So, yeah.
That's good. Shout out to Demetria Brand Tripler, who's watching. My wife, Dr. McGee, is watching. God bless you.
Hey.
She said, hey. Okay. Annette says she can meet me to get her desserts. I don't think she's going to miss that train. She's gonna miss that one. I'm not going south, and I don't think she's coming west. All right. Have you ever had the privilege of having any of your items displayed in stores or shops or anything like that?
Not thus far. A couple people have come to me recently to do that, so that's something I'm going to look into and explore for 2020 and see where my next step is going to be.
I can imagine how blown away you will be when you see your items on the store shelves.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming in, because I remember when Angelica first hit all the supermarkets, because they were just in the side, and then all of a sudden you start seeing Angelica cakes in all of the stores, and people like just sweeping them up. So one day they're gonna see the Sugar Baker cakes.
Claiming it, yes.
Yeah, they're gonna see that Sugar Baker lemon pound cake, red velvet cake, caramel cake, and the lemon brownies.
Right.
And I guarantee you they're going to fly off the shelves, And see, this is what we have to understand. We have to understand that as people of color, we have to support our own.
Exactly.
When they're in business, they're trying to make it. They're trying to move ahead. They have a vision and a goal that is God-given. And it's our responsibility to help them meet that goal. We spend X amount of dollars with everyone else. How much money do we spend at Panda Express buying Chinese food?
Right.
How much money do we spend at Cilantro buying our tacos? How many? And the reason why I'm going that way because these are different ethnicities that we patronize with our dollars as far as our food. So likewise, we should make sure that we spend. If we're not going to spend all of our dollars, at least spend a good portion of our dollars among our own people. Amen. So that's something that we want to do. And that's why we wanted to connect with you on this show to put the word out, to let people know that, we have New Year's coming up.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. You want to have your first meal of the year, put one of her cakes on your table.
Really?
Put one of the cakes on the table. Now, I don't, now, after, who knows? You might start blowing up. You might say, I can't cook anymore. Don't dare say stop.
No.
Just keep on cooking. If you got to stay up all night, keep on cooking. It'll pay off in the end. Bring some help in. Have them crack those eggs and mix that batter. Yeah, but you get it going because it gets better from here.
That's true.
We have Easter coming. We have so many different holidays that people could utilize your products, graduations. Everybody doing prom parties now, so they can have your cookies and your lemon brownies at the prom party. A prom special. That's what you need to do. A prom special.
I'm gonna think about that.
Do a prom special. My daughter will be going to prom next year, and she's already talking about, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta hear this. I'm like, I remember you just came and took pictures, watched them take pictures and drive off in the car. Now we gotta feed them.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna feed them. They better
eat before they come, or eat when they get home.
So let me get back to you two. How proud does it make you to see how she has flourished and how far she has come? Both, either one of you.
Well, I'll say, first of all, to God be the glory.
Yes.
Because without him, we cannot accomplish anything. And when I met my sugar baby Baker, through her mother, Carol, and she was talking about how she bakes, and I was like, okay, I've tasted a whole lot of people's cooking and baking. I said, okay, let's see. And when I taste that lemon, it was on point. And after that, every time she said, Mama P, you want some cookies? You want some cake? So, girl, I'm looking forward to it. So she's on her way, and anything that I can do personally to help her, I'm here for.
All right.
Well, I'm in food service. I'm a chef by trade. I'm vibrating with excitement for Taya. Sugar Baker is gonna blow up. She's going to be, like you say, in those stores. She's going to be a known entity in our community. I'm gonna work till I die for that. She's got the skills. she's making the necessary connections and networking that you were talking about. She's got the temperament. She's got the humility. She's got God behind her. So I'm sure that those things you were talking about, Easter, graduations, she'll be ready to kind of step up to the plate and take on a larger area than just her inside family network. You know, she's ready to go. If anyone was ready to go, she's ready to go. And I'll do everything I possibly can to aid, see that she gets there.
All right. And see, those of you that's listening, you know you need somebody to cook for you, to bake you some cakes. You can call in and place your order right now. I'm telling you right now. 708-223-8953. Call in and place your order. Call in and place your order. They will deliver.
We'll get them delivered.
Yeah, we do deliver.
You bake sweet potato pie?
Yes.
Sweet potato pie. Apple pie?
Yes.
Apple pie. Dr. Karen, she baked apple pie. Let's see. Pecan pie?
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie. Red velvet cake?
Yes.
Red velvet. Caramel cake?
Caramel cake.
Yeah, see? Charlie Break cake, German chocolate. Let me tell you, if it's bakeable, she can bake it.
Yes.
All right, lemon brownies, whatever. You need chocolate brownies too, and all those.
I do chocolate brownies, and I have one customer. That's how I actually came up with the cake. Is a customer asked me, could I make it? So I actually have people submit recipes to me, and I'll of course make it my own. But they'll, this is what I'm looking for, and I'll go ahead and create something from that. So I do that as well.
Now I got one more item. I got to know if you do this. If you do this, I'm bowing to the queen. If you do this,
okay.
Do you do a from scratch banana pudding?
Yes.
You knew I was going. You knew I was going.
I knew you was.
Woo! Awesome. I'm not talking about that instant Jello pudding on there. No, well, you got the custard and it. See, if you do that and you put it in the oven, and you get that nice little
brown
crest on there.
Yep.
That's right. That's you blend that sugar in that, the egg whites in there. See, I know something about baking too. All right. That's what I'm talking about. I know how to eat too. But I love to cook. And I don't do as much baking as I do cooking, but I love to cook. But I do when I make a banana pudding, it's from scratch.
Yeah.
I don't even eat banana pudding that's not from scratch. Because I'm like, if I want to just eat Jello pudding, I just go buy a box and make me some Jello pudding.
I would agree.
But I want a homemade banana pudding. That's what I want. With the real vanilla wafers from Nabisco, not those generic stuff.
Okay.
Woo-wee. All right, so see, you're one of the real bakers.
Yes, I am.
Because you don't use any box.
I don't use anything out the box.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't use anything out the box.
All right, tell you what, we want to do a quick break. Girl, can we get some Christmas music anyway? You got anything Christmassy? Yeah. It just hit me. What about that piece you just opened up with? I can play that. Yeah, you play that.
That was nice.
I just realized it's the season to be jolly.
Yes, it is.
We'll be right back.
Because he lives, I'll face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fears are gone. Because I know who holds the future.
And they call him Jesus. He came to love,
to heal and forgive. He bled and died, all to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there.
Welcome back to Connections. We're here with the Sugar Baker. And let me tell you something. She cooks with sugar, y'all.
Yes.
All right, she cooks
Sugar
with sugar.
Baker, baby.
And those of you, again, if you want to call in, 708-223-8953. All right, so we talked about your favorite items, your favorite thing, the Charlie Break cake that you have. We talked about the vision of your products being in the stores. You primarily do different events. What is the biggest event that you would say you've ever participated in?
That's a good question. I would say, well, two. So I would say the one where Bruce did for the seniors. And then I would say Alderman Robin Rue's election celebratory party. Those were the two biggest ones that I've done.
All right. And so at the celebration party, about how many people were you looking at?
It was over 200 people there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because the more people that taste your wares, the more name recognition, the more buzz that is created about what you're eating. And so, we have a lot of politicians that are getting ready to do all their election, and they're going to need some things. And I know you're up in the Evanston area. You need to make sure all those politicians in Evanston have your card. And they have the alderman to say, hey, look, she did mine.
Right.
And it's nothing wrong with marketing yourself, because if you don't market yourself, nobody else will.
Exactly.
Have her to say, you know what? Suggest to her friends that's running for alderman, running for office, hey, she can do your celebratory party. Matter of fact, if you contract her, you'll probably win.
Okay.
I'm putting it out there.
Right.
Speaking of
it's okay.
But we just thank God that the Lord has blessed you to have those platforms to be on, because that you add that to your resume. When people want to know, well, who did you cook for last? Who did you bake for? What events? And you have those events that you can say, hey, I've done this, I've done that. And to have a political event under your belt, that speaks volume, because political events, those are always big.
Yes.
You have big donors there. And so when they taste your food, they're going to say, hey, Jim, who's the caterer?
Right.
And I just put a white slant on it, but but you want to have that recognition there. And so we just applaud you and all that you are doing. So now you got to help me here, because over the past couple of years, I've been bumping into people who are either vegan or they have the vegetarian lifestyle, but mostly the vegans, because the vegans don't believe anything from dairy products, milk, cheese, anything like that. But they want to have dessert. So now, have you ran across any vegans who want to have a vegan style dessert, and then what can they enjoy?
I have had some people ask me about vegan. I haven't really experimented with that yet. It's a hard call.
Like I said, she's getting ready to blow up.
So
I'm a chef by trade. I'm compiling a number of items for vegan. I'm vegetarian, headed toward vegan. And I'm at present compiling. We're doing some testing on items that will allow her not to use products from animals, substitutes for egg, so to speak. So, it's on the way, it's in the works, it's in the pipeline. I want her to just keep her stride, doing what she's doing, hold on what she's got, because she's coming up with new items even as we speak. Her uncles, friends of mine, she's put some phenomenal products out in their name, and I just want her to keep doing what she's doing. And when we can find the place for her settle down and do it, yeah, vegan will be included.
Because if you can capture that market, you really are in a whole different vein.
And it's a growing market.
It's a growing market because, and I understand that for bakers, it is hard to, get to, because you're dealing with, you have to have a substitute for the eggs, a substitute for the milk. You have to have, substitute for that, and still make it where it's palatable, where it's tasteful to the person that's eating it. And so when you can side of the fence, there is nothing that is out of your periphery. There's nothing that is out of your view, because you'll be able to cook on both sides of the fence. And vegan is the, people it used to be, you just heard vegetarian.
Right.
Then it transformed to vegan. So you have vegetarians and you have vegans. And I know some vegetarians that said they would never go to the vegan side. But then you have some who they see vegan as the healthier choice, a healthier option, and they choose to go that way. And so vegans want to have dessert too.
Yeah, they do.
All right, they want to eat some dessert after their meal.
They do.
And so when Sugar Baker, and see, I guess vegans, you can't really call yourself a Sugar Baker.
I know, right? I mean, I can, but it's just
sugar comes from a plant.
Yeah, that's true.
I can.
So for the vegans, they want the Sugar Baker as well.
Right,
Right. And that'd be a whole nother market, because then those vegans will refer you to the other friends, because they don't have a lot of vegan bakers out there.
Right, it's true.
And so you're gonna blow up. I just want to know when you driving in that, that BMW or that Mercedes that you're gonna, with Sugar Baker on the license plate. When I'm waving down the street, I want you to stop and say, "Hey, here's a cookie."
I will.
Because you're gonna blow up. And when you have people like your mentor on your team, see, that's why you're gonna be phenomenal, because you have some of that side of the fence that can advise you on how to go. And like I say, he's compiling the recipes and he's compiling the things and ideas. So when you're ready to cross there, you've already got a roadmap. To be successful in business, you have to surround yourself with the right team.
Yes.
You can't it's good, to say I'm in business for myself, and you might start out on your own, but as you grow, you're going to need team members.
Yes.
I remember in scripture, Moses, after leading the children of Israel out of Egypt, he came back to where his father-in-law was, and Moses was trying to do everything on his own, and his father-in-law told him, he said, "Listen, you got to learn how to delegate. You can't do everything on your own. You will burn yourself out. You got to appoint people to help you." And that's one of our biggest failings. We try to do everything on our own. We don't appoint people to help us in ministry, in business, whatever. We want to do everything on our own, but we have to realize that there are people around us that are smarter than we are, and they can help us to succeed.
Yes.
Business people like Donald Trump, they're not successful because they're the smartest person, because we know they're not the smartest people, but they surround themselves with people who know how to do things and to cover for us when we mess up. Hence number 45. All right, so but that's the way it is, and we need everybody. Hezekiah Walker has a song that says, "I need you, you need me." We need one another, and that's something my wife and I will be sharing about our African American community. Other ethnicities, other races, they help one another.
Right.
They build each other up. They if one person has a vision, they all band together to make sure that vision succeeds.
Yes.
You go into the different neighborhoods, they're there. You come to our neighborhood, we're gonna grab the key and we're gonna hold on to it. I found out the key, but you gotta make it for yourself.
Yeah.
And until we learn how to come together and to uplift one another, to upbuild one another, and get rid of the crab mentality where we see one person go up, we want to pull them down so we can barrel. We got to get rid of that.
Yes.
And that's what's hurting our communities. And that's what hurts. That's why our black businesses cannot succeed, because we're so big. Tearing each other down, and then we're taking our business somewhere else. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the other business. I patronize the other businesses largely because there's not a lot of our businesses to patronize.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. I'm an advocate of black businesses. I'm an advocate of supporting somebody, and I'm an advocate of black businesses that are not trying for lack of a better term, get over on me.
Exactly.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, we have some that try to get over on us.
Yeah.
But if you're fair with me, I'm going to be fair with you and make sure I patronize you, and because I want to refer you to somebody, and I don't want to refer you if I know you're going to try to,
I totally agree.
outslick them.
I totally agree.
So,
Yeah.
But I believe I trust you. I trust you, and I'm not going to refer the sugar baker to nobody that I don't trust. All right. So,
That's awesome.
what are your plans for your future, your goal? What do you see Sugar Baker? I'll say I won't go out as far as 10 years, 5 years from now. What's in your 5-year plan?
What I would really like to do is have a baking externship program for the youth and even possibly some adults that would like to bake or go to the next level of baking. But I would really like to reach out to the youth and start with that and have one in Evanston. We don't have one. I would like to do that. That's my next goal.
All right. Any goal to be on the Food Network with those holiday baking things?
I was chatting with my cousin the other day, and she said, don't you think? I said, I don't know if I could do that because they hard. I might break. So I don't know. Sometimes I say I could do it, and then sometimes I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see what God says.
You can do it now, because see, one thing about it, we've set our mind to doing something.
Yeah, we can do it.
Achieve it. And the reason why I said it, because you have the right name. Can you see a Food Network show called The Sugar Baker? It fits right in.
Yeah.
With the whole model of
Yeah.
things. So, and not a lot of us on that network.
No.
Especially in baking.
Yeah.
So you can do it.
Yeah.
Or, we need somebody to start a Chicago version of that, culinary, contest. And so I might be speaking some things into existence.
Yes, you just might be.
Listen, wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
because we need to bring more exposure, your craft, more exposure to our people in that. You have from bakeries throughout Chicago, Rosen's, you have Laurie's on the west side. Why not have the Sugar Bakery? This location,
I agree.
that location, this location. Because I don't believe in just one location when it comes to business. I believe that we ought to have multiple locations to accommodate a city as large as Chicago.
Yeah.
We can hit every side. If McDonald's can do it, why can't we?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
So we thank God for you. Now, what's on your holiday wish list from the Sugar Baker?
That God will bless her and keep her and keep baking them lemon brownies and all the other desserts that our heart desire.
See, I'm glad you went to God, because I was really talking about the food. Because I got my Christmas wish list is a caramel cake now.
I got you.
What's on your Christmas wish list?
Okay.
Right now, I'm looking for a commercial kitchen. You said she should be on all sides of Chicago. Yeah. But I'd like to see her even go nationwide. So, yeah. And her desire to want to mentor others and open the door for others really makes it, even more important for me to help her do. Because it's not just about money. It's about us, our people, our village, what we can give back.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of our young people would benefit from a program such as that, because college isn't for everyone. But if they can learn baking, they can learn culinary arts, cake decorating, things of that nature, it will open up so many doors for them. When I was coming up, nobody ever pushed culinary arts. As much as I like to cook, nobody ever mentioned, they were pushing information technology, computers, and all of that. It wasn't until I got older, I started watching the Food Network. I said, man, I wish I could bake a cake like that. I wish I could do some of the stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that's fascinating. Pastry chef. I said, I wish I'd known about something like this when I was coming up. Just even if I just did it on the side. I thought about taking classes just to learn it. But young people, they don't realize the big money that can be made through baking, through being a chef. My nephew, before he passed away, he was he worked his way up, took culinary arts through Triton. Then he started working as, I think it was Z451 as a carver. Lowry's Steakhouse recruited him out of there. McCormick and Schmidt recruited him out of Lowry's. And he went on to cook for some of the best restaurants around Chicago. And I think he did a stint with Wolfgang Puck for a minute. And the last thing that he did before he was killed in a car accident last year was he became a celebrity. He became a chef to Cameron Payne from the Chicago Bulls. And I remember him telling me how he got started. He did not, cooking wasn't even on his radar. But he saw this movie, Big Trouble, I believe, in Little China. And there was this recipe on the back of the DVD cover of some dish. I forgot, it was something. It was a chicken dish, chicken and pork dish. But I had to take him to go to a Mexican store to buy banana leaves. So what you gonna do with all of this? You never cooked before,
right?
And the school that we had a private. You never cooked before. And you gonna cook for people? But that was one of the greatest dishes out of the whole event. And that just whet his appetite for cooking. And so to see how, because he was going to school real estate with me. And we get all the way to the end, he said, I'm gonna cook instead. Like, you would spend all this money.
Right.
But I was so proud of him when he became a chef. So proud of him, the different restaurants he would go into. There's a restaurant down near the Loop, near the UIC here called Formentos, Italian restaurant. Awesome food, and he was cooking there. So many different places. And so when our African American children, young people, can take up a craft business, because we don't have a lot of our people involved in chef, as a chef or in baking. On a professional level, it can open up so many doors. It can turn so many lives around. Right. And so I applaud you in your vision. I applaud you in what the Lord has enabled you to do. I applaud your team. I applaud your mom. Last time she was on the show, she didn't want to come on this time. I applaud your mom for encouraging you. And this man here, let me tell you, this chef, I like somebody who says that I'm going to spend my life making sure that she makes it. That's called loyalty and dedication. That you don't find in many places.
Exactly.
And and he has the knowledge base, and he has the background. So he knows where you're coming from. He knows where you're trying to go. And now he's on the management side of it. Yeah. So he even knows what doors to go knock on and to go through. And he's not just flying blind, talking about, let's see what's behind this door. Let's see what's behind. No, he knows where to go. Yeah. And then you have a person to write all your testimonials. The lemon cake and everything else. She can write all the testimonies. I put them out there. I'm going to write a couple of testimonials before the end of the day. Oh yeah, I'm gonna write a couple of them. Yes. Because people need to know more about you. So tell them, those that may be listening, tell them how they can reach you if they want to place an order. If they want. So
of course, I am on Facebook under Sugar Baker. I also, you may also email me at sugarbaker and the number 10 at yahoo.com. Or you can give me a call at 224-290-2721. We do ship. We do individuals. So we cater. We do a lot.
So all of you people that's watching me from outside of the Chicagoland area, they will ship. They'll ship to Houston, Texas, subject forward. They'll ship to Hawaii. They'll ship all over. Okay? Now listen, again, in case you forgot, in case you wasn't on the show when I started, this is what she brought, all right? Eat some chocolate chip cookies, everybody. Look at that. And then, this here is a lemon pound cake, all right? Lemon pound cake. Now, I want you to watch my Facebook page, and I'm going to do a special testimonial before the end of the day. Talk about these items. It might be a Facebook Live. I think it's going to be Facebook Live. but I'm gonna talk about them. All right, I'm gonna give you my review, and I'm gonna tell you you need to get some more. You need more sugar in your life. You need that could be a good. You need more sugar in your life. Get more sugar with the sugar baker. There you
You
go.
know I had to use that,
There you go. Get more life with the sugar baker.
Sugar baby.
Kevin.
Baby.
I'm gonna have to use that.
This is some sugar that's good for you. Now don't tell Annette, don't tell Dr. Hill what I said. It's good for you, all right?
Yes.
Listen, thank you for coming and being
Thank
a part
you.
of the show on
Thank you.
today. Had a lot of fun. Thank you for all of you that's watching. Feel free to drop by Victory Temple every Sunday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We're located in building at 2000 West Roosevelt Road in Broadview, Illinois. Tomorrow's message is Mary, did you know? That's our message for tomorrow. And again, those of you that wish to adopt a grandparent, you can inbox me for $15. We will make sure that a grandparent in one of our assisted living places in the city of Chicago will receive a gift in your name. A gift with you. If you're an organization, we'll have your organization information there as well. For $15, they'll receive a revitalizing lotion. They'll receive socks. They'll receive a $10 gift card, and we can help to make some grandparent lives special. For the Christmas holiday, we plan on, I believe, delivering Christmas Eve. So we need whatever you're going to donate. We need it as soon as possible so we can make sure that we get everything out to them. All right. Stay tuned. Check back with us. Let's see, next week, right here on Connections. We got a great show for you. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to get some more sugar in my life, y'all. See y'all next week. God bless you.
All fears are gone because I know who holds the future.